So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Watch it now, Marty, Marty. Gun.
On play action, they'll throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conlon. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider 1st. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On 2nd down, Collins. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Alex Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot! Hot!
They'll look to throw. He'll find Thielen working the middle. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Khalil Mack in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. Do you think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Carr to throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Walton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down. You waiting?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escape. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Hey, I did set. You waiting?
Shotgun now for Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Patriot! Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. 1:57 to go in this 1st half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He'll drop to throw. And Cook has it left side. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. 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 Detroit.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Now let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And now here come the Raiders. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now, 188.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he finds Tyler Croft. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And from down in Miami, an update. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Back to throw now on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and...
a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll begin the drive with Collins. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Hey, 734.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. he steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Mario Edwards in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Carr now on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
6-18.
From the gun, Carr. And the grab by Croft. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Carr keeps it on the sneak.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side, able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a 1st down.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Carr to throw on second down. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Carr eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Lets it fly for Thielen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Later 2. 6:37.
Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Collins, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, here's Carr. Flush to his right and avoids the contact by sliding. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
6:37. Raider 1.
From the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 53 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. 3.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Steps away to his left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Mark Walton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Raiders. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Carr to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit the tackle to Jalen Holmes. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Raider 2.
Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range. On first, they go right back to Collins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Here we go.
Richard on the toss. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They pitch it out to Collins, and that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. And it's pandemonium in the black hole as the silver and black have won it.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. She say she in love, but I